All right, Shalom. Shalom, Yasharala. First and foremost, before I get started, I want to give all the praise and the glory and the honors to Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahweh Shai, Ba'ashem, Racha which shall give me the strength and the spirit to do this lesson. And I also want to give the honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone that rule well and that teach well through the spirit and the power of Yahweh Ba'ashem Shai. Why Shalom, why Barakim to the elect, beginning with the 144,000, which are scattered abroad and in every place, redeeming the time and ready to be saved. Shalom. All right, ready to be saved because the hopeful elect is ready to get up out of here, man. All right, the hopeful elect is ready to get up out of here, ready to get out of Babylon the Great. All right, which is, ready to get out of, spiritual Babylon, all right, spiritual Egypt, spiritual Sodom, all right, okay, because we're vexed with the unrighteous deeds here, man, okay, and ready to get up out of here. All right, and it's only getting worse, and we're here to Salakia, we're here witnessing it. Right? What is that in the book of Habakkuk, the first chapter? So why hast thou made me to behold iniquity? Roughly paraphrasing it. All right. Why hast thou made me to behold iniquity? All right. So, like I said, we have received the Holy Spirit, and that has, transformed us, and we want this, kingdom, this empire, this system to be destroyed, man. All right, because what we used to want, what we used to desire, we no longer desire that anymore. All right, all we desire is something that this world that we're dwelling in now cannot contain, man. All right, well, what we want, all right, this world, this age cannot contain, man. In order to get what we want, all right, this world has to be removed, man. It has to be erased, okay? Just think about it. We want to live forever, all right? We want immortality. This place has to be, this world, this system has to be removed. Just think about it. You living forever, and you living forever, and Esau is in rulership. You live forever and Esau ruling forever. Just imagine that. God damn. That's terrible, man. You know, hey, we have to continually deal with their laws, that fucking wicked ass, you know, these wicked laws that they pass, these burdensome laws that they pass. All right? Imagine that. Why do you think okay, you watch these movies, right? And it ain't got to be a particular movie. You know, you got, any movies that these Marvel movies, not even Marvel movies, any movie that has something to do with immortality. A lot of times in those movies, the character he's looking for a solution that would end his immortality. All right, that would end his immortality because he no longer wants to live forever. You see that in a lot of these movies, man. All right, don't nobody want to live forever in Babylon and with this system, this current system. All right, going on forever and ever. Hell no. All right. You know, we want to live forever, but not here. Hell no. We don't want to live forever here, man. You know? But with that being said, that's not the topic I really wanted to get into. You know, like Apostle Hart said, hey, that's lessons within lessons. All right. What I initially want to go into is that we must remain stoic. Okay, we must remain stoic, and like I like to go into words, so let's get that word real quick. Slack. Stoic. All right, this definition, it says a person who can endure pain or hardship without showing their feelings or complaining. All right, there you go. Now, sometimes, we may vent to brothers, okay? We may vent to brothers. There's nothing wrong with that. All right? There's nothing wrong with that. But once you grow into this truth and once you become more seasoned, a lot of things you don't even bring it up, man. All right? And you're not doing that frequently. All right? So, and what gave me this inspiration was this guy I work with, man. Hey, and he's a Benjamite, full pure accent and everything, man. Jamaicans. For those of you that don't know who the tribe of Benjamin is known as now, the Jamaicans, all right? But this guy, man, complains literally every day, man. Every day about his problems, and I just be, me myself, I'm like over it, man. Like, damn. I'm like, damn, every day, Jake gotta, and Jake, you gotta suck that shit up, man. But today, it happened again. Like I said, it's every day. But today, through the Spirit, I realized, like, damn, man. And I had to give thanks unto Yahweh Shema Shai because, we go through a lot in this truth, man. All right? But I just had to give him thanks because I don't complain like that, man. That I don't have that spirit. Because that's really the spirit of a woman, man. You complaining like that all the goddamn time about your problem, that's shows that you don't really have a masculine spirit, even though that you have the appearance of a man. All right? That's not a masculine spirit. That's not a real man. All right? A real man, hey, he gonna conceal his how he feels. He gonna conceal his emotions. All right? You're a real man. You're gonna conceal your emotion. You're not gonna be so fucking emotional all the goddamn time. All right? So this is hey, maybe someone may need to hear this, man. That's of the hopeful elect. Who knows? But if that is the case, then get out of that spirit, brothers. All right? We gotta be stoic, man. All right? I know me personally, I'm becoming more numb and number to shit, man. And that's just real shit, man. That's real talk. Like I said, the more you grow in the truth, the more you become numb. You just had that I don't give a fuck spirit, man. Like whatever. In the world they call it being nonchalant. Hey, that's how Yahweh Shah was. In the scriptures, don't it say in Hebrews chapter 12, looking unto Yahweh Shah, the author and finisher of our faith? That's our example. All right? Well, that's in matter of fact, let me grab that real quick. In 1 Peter. Got my sword right here. I keep that on me. All right, this is this is 1 Peter chapter 2, verse 21. It says, For even hereunto were ye called. Yeah, that's right. Called to suffer. We've been called in this thing to suffer. All right? We've been called in this thing to suffer. And another thing, we're under the fucking curses, man. But you see, a lot of these Israelites, these jakes, they don't understand it. So yeah, if they really knew that, they probably wouldn't complain as much. All right? We're under the curses, so shit gonna be. And look, Jake gonna go through it, man. Hey, the scriptures say that we're subject to payments. All right? So yeah, it sucks. You gotta pay to drive your own car. Then you gotta turn around and pay rent, pay your phone bill, pay this, pay that. Yeah, it sucks. And Jake do get frustrated. We do get frustrated. But we ain't finna be complaining about that shit all the goddamn time. Damn, man, bro. What's going on? Man, bro. I gotta pay my phone bill. My woman tripping. Da 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 da. Hey, man, brothers don't want to hear that shit all the goddamn time, man. Because we go through things. Brother, the next brother going through things too. Consider that. Paul said that too. You know, brothers is going through things too in the world. The same shit. But brothers learn to deal and conceal those emotions. All right. So once again, it says, 1 Peter 2:21, for even hereunto were ye called. That's right. Because Yahushua also suffered for us. Right. Leaving us an example. All right. Leaving us an example. You see that? Let me see. Wait a minute. You know, that's the wrong one, Slakia. Oh yeah. You see, so yeah, man. You know, hey, we look unto Yahushua. All right, Yahushua wasn't no crybaby. Okay. Yahushua was no fucking crybaby. And neither were the prophets either. Neither was the prophets. Okay? Neither was the prophets. Matter of fact, let me get that. Hey, what it say right here in let's get Isaiah. I'm gonna get it right here if I can remember. You know what? Yep. Isaiah 53. You know what? And I'm gonna start up here, verse 3, and I'm gonna jump down. All right. This is concerning Yahushua. What it say? It said he is despised and rejected of men. Yeah, even to this day. Yeah, to this day. All right. The doctrine. All right. It said he is despised and rejected of men. Yeah, they ain't accepting his name. It says, a man of sorrows. This is what he went through, all right? A man of sorrows and acquainted with grief, all right? And acquainted with grief. And we hid, as it were, our faces from him. He was despised and esteemed. He was despised and we esteemed him not. It says, surely he had borne our griefs and carried our sorrows. Shit. Surely he hath borne our griefs and carried our sorrows. Yet we did esteem him stricken, smitten of the Most High, and afflicted. Okay? But he was wounded for our transgressions. He was bruised for our iniquities. The chastisement of our peace was upon him, and with his stripes we were healed. That's right. All right, now let's jump down to verse 7. It says, now listen up. It says, he was oppressed. All right? He was oppressed and he was afflicted. Yet he opened not his mouth. You see that? He didn't complain, man. He wasn't no crybaby ass guy, man, you know? Let me see. Let's see what it says in NLT. I'm curious. It says NLT, he was oppressed and treated harshly, yet he never said a word. Okay? Let's see what it says. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yep. That's good. I was just checking. All right. Well, once again, it says he was oppressed and he was afflicted, yet he opened not his mouth. That's right. Yet he opened not his mouth. You see, he wasn't complaining, man. You know, he didn't cry about every fucking thing, man. He didn't. Yahushua was the the chief example of a stoic man, of what being stoic is like. All right, you know, I went into the Slaki. I went into the definition earlier. Okay, what a stoic is. Don't and then matter of fact, I'm gonna go to it again. It says a person who can endure, all right? A person that can endure pain or hardship, all right? Without showing their feelings or complaining. So look, in the heavenly Yahweh Shema Shah, he looks at this too. So it's not just about enduring it. It's how you endure it. Okay? It's how you endure what he pushed you through. You see what I'm saying? Cause I said, and I did a lesson, and I brought this out in a lesson a while back. He'll put you through something, right? And you going through whatever he put you through. And you may complain. You might open up your mouth to say some shit. All right? But yet you still don't give up. You're still in the ministry. You're still doing the work. All right? You're still studying. You're still doing what you're supposed to be doing. And he'll get you through it. But he'll bring you through a situation again. That same situation. All right? Just to see how you would endure the situation this time or that time, you know? Because, see, I realized that. You see, because once again, I'm preaching to myself, speaking to myself first and foremost. Lord, he'll do that, you know? Bring something on you, and you might not pass that test like he wanted you to. You might have failed. You might have opened up. You might have complained. All right? He'll do it again. All right? But this time, you know, you don't complain. You suck it up. You don't say shit. Hey, he'll be pleased with that. And and guess what? He'll reward you. Okay? So it's not just about Enduring is how you endure. You could be talking shit about the head, man. Lord, fuck this shit, man. I don't like this. What you bringing upon me, man? You know, Lord ain't pleased with that. You know, or you complaining to another brother, man. I don't agree with Yahweh Shemal Shah, man. Man. He get this. He need to get him bring me up out of this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that shit, man. That ain't the spirit to be in. No, you go through it and suck that shit up and conceal your emotions. Lord ain't dealing with no fucking emotional men. The prophets are not emotional men. Okay? And that's real shit, man. Alright? No, the prophets are stoics. Look at that again. It say a person who can endure pain or hardship without showing their feelings or complaining. So it's about how you deal with your trials and tribulations, man. It's how you deal with it. That's what Yahweh Shemal Shah is looking at. Look at Job. When look what he went through. You see what he said. He didn't curse the Most High. All right. He knew what it was. He like, hey man, you got to receive the good and the bad from Yahweh Shemal Shah. I know he gonna just like he giving me bad, he gonna give me good too. All right. See, that's another thing. We gotta understand the balance. It's a balance to everything, man. A false balance is an abomination to the Yahweh Shemal Shah. Look, so he put you through some fucked up shit. That ain't the end. Understand that in the mid, you gotta know this while you're going through your trials and tribulations. Understand that, okay, it's a balance. So if I'm going through bad now, this shit gonna pass though. It's something good gonna come my way too. All right, you gotta have that type of mentality, a stoic mentality, not complain about it every time the Lord puts you through some shit. Ah man, goddamn, you know. Ah man, why Lord? Man, why I got to always go through this shit, man? Or complain to a brother. Man, fuck this shit, man. Man, nobody want to hear that shit, man. It's just on some real shit. Brothers don't want to hear that shit. That's a weak spirit. You're mentally weak. All right, and once again, that ain't the man of the Lord, man. That ain't the spirit of man of the Lord gonna be in. And I'm just being real. All right. I ended off with this. This is 2 Timothy chapter. You know what? I'm giving her. All right, this is 2 Timothy chapter 2, verse 3. It says, thou therefore endure hardness. Okay? Thou therefore endure hardness as a good soldier of Yahweh Shai. Right, suck that shit up. Okay? Suck that shit up. Don't be complaining all the goddamn time, man. He said, therefore endure hardness. All right? I got another one. What is that? Hebrews 12th chapter. Hebrews 12 and 12, it says, I'm going to start at 11. It says, now no chastening for the present seeming to be joyous. Right? We understand that. But grievous. Right? Nevertheless, afterward it yieldeth the peaceable fruit of righteousness unto them which are exercised thereby. That's right. You only get better, man. Alright? If you are of the elect. Okay? It says, verse 12, wherefore lift up the hands which hang down and the feeble knees. Yeah, suck that shit up, man. Alright? Suck that shit up. That's what Paul is saying. Alright? Wherefore lift up the hands which hang down and the feeble knees. Okay? Suck that shit up, man. Verse 13, it says, and make straight paths for your feet, lest that which is lame be turned out of the way. Yeah, you fall out the truth, man. But let it be healed. But let it rather be healed. That's right. Suck that shit up. You see? You know? We come into the truth, right, to become stoic men. And to be separated from these so-called men in the world. All right? Because we are real men. We are the real men. All right? So yeah, man, Lord, when it was edifying. Until next time, I say shalom.